Hey, Facebook family and friends. This is the Hatchett Chronicles. I'm Terry Hatchett.
I'm Frank.
Oh, you said Frank. You must be done. And
What's up, y'all?
we are the Hatchett Chronicles. Baby, if we're going to do this, you're going to stay awake now because you're.
I'm sleepy, y'all, and she forced me into doing this.
I didn't. I said if you didn't want to do it, you
but I would
didn't.
never hear the end of it.
That's not true. It doesn't make me seem like a tyrant.
4 o'clock this morning.
Yes, he's working on many projects, and he has been working his poor little behind off, and that's why we haven't had a Hatchet Chronicle the last couple of Sundays. But we're trying to be consistent with the Hatchet Chronicles, so I suggested that we have one today. But I gave him the option of bowing out today because I realize he's tired. You know, I do think about my husband.
Yeah.
I do.
And think about me and what I'm gonna say during this daggone interview. But anyway.
Hi everybody. So let me put in the plugs real quick because you know I'm going to be going real quick because I have to keep looking at my husband to make sure he's awake. So let me just put in the plugs real quick. We have since the last time Julio Alice's joined. You know that person?
Julio.
Who's that? Okay. Well, since the last time we had our Hatchet Chronicles, we have dropped 2 more singles from our artists. Fleet Cold Chain has his single out. It came out yesterday. Yay! Miss Capri, Hard Love is coming out February 19th. And
it's gonna be crazy.
Look out for her. She is. You guys look out for Miss Capri because she's doing some big things. She will be. Everyone that's in the Richmond area, February 16th, there is a Valentine event, and she will be headlining it. And my other artist, Del Royale, will be opening up for her. And so look out for details for that. You know, as always, look out for my book coming out, The Power of God. My sister, Valerie McAllister, her second book to the book club, part 2, will be out very soon. It's already written. It's getting ready to go into production, so look out for that. My husband and Trig the Gambler, they're working on the 5 King Productions SMG Royalty Records is working on Self-Destruction Part 2. That is becoming phenomenal. That's why my husband is sitting up here nodding because they've been working day and night on that project.
It's just one of those projects, man, that's going to be, this thing is going to be, it's going to be a movie. It's going to be epic. Y'all stay tuned and keep your eyes out. Keep watching. This project is going to be crazy, man. We got a lot of heavy hitters calling us up, wanting to be a part of the project. You know, I don't really, I really don't want to leak any names.
Hi, Nicole.
Nikki, what's up, monkey nuts?
That's not nice. This is a family show.
That's my girl. She knows. Monkey. She gonna write it. Watch.
I can't.
Look. She gonna write it. Speaking of which, this is a little off topic. How are you? I saw something that you got into a car accident, a car wreck. Are you all right? Is everything okay? When you get a chance, you give me a call or something, text me or something, let me know if you're all right. I think you texted me the other day. I'm not sure, but I've been bogged down with a lot of stuff. But
also,
I pray that everything's okay.
Also, for anyone in the Richmond area, we do have some ads on Indeed.com. We are hiring interns, guys, interns. Keyword interns, okay? For a assistant, a junior engineer, and a photographer slash videographer for the company, because we got so much going on that we need some help. But we really, to be honest with you, can't afford to pay right now. But it will lead to a permanent position in the company. But right now we're looking for interns. So if you live in the Richmond area, hit us up. Untapped Talent Recordings at gmail.com.
So we can talk,
yeah,
have a conversation, do an interview, and
yeah,
see if it is what it is.
If you love music and you have a little bit of experience and want to be around
and want to learn, want to be around some legends,
yes,
and stuff like that,
hit us up. Okay, so let's get to the topic, babe. So the topic today was, the title is why do people lie in relationships? However, see, originally, you guys, because I had to be politically correct, that's why it says why do people. But, we don't do nothing but tell the truth out here. So let's put it for real. So this topic came about because a lot of women be like, men lie. That's all they do. They lie. Men can't tell the truth, save their life. Well, I've never been jump on that bandwagon. I feel it goes both ways. There's some lying women out there too.
Men lie.
So we're not gonna
numbers don't
be prejudiced and say why do men lie in relationships. We're gonna say why do people lie in relationships, because it could go both ways. There's people that has been in, they're in a loving relationship. They love their significant other, but they will lie. And
that's I could never. But go ahead.
Well, see, that's just it, because why? And there are different reasons why. I think for men, I think that they can't trust that they can tell the truth. To the simplest things, like a woman will say, are my hips getting big? If he just say yes, automatically she gonna catch an attitude and he gonna be in the doghouse for a couple of weeks. So,
but then when you tell the truth,
yeah,
you don't love me, and how could you say something like
exactly that? So I think that for men, they get a hard way to go because of that. I think for women, I think they do it for fear too sometimes. I don't know. Women are different. Women
deal with feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
So emotionally, if your feelings a certain way at that time, you might spit a little white lie out, depending on what it is.
Because you think you're saving their feelings.
Pretty much. But you know what? You're not doing that but damaging your own feelings.
Exactly.
And damaging your own self, because what happens is you're not allowed to be yourself. And telling a lie and actually living that lie out, you actually become another person. So it's hard for you to stay the same person that you are. So
I think that I don't know, Joanne Collins.
Hey.
No.
I used to. She used to give me. Remember the story Mommy told you about me smoking her cigarettes up?
Mm-hmm.
Joanne was the one that used to.
Oh,
Mom the
you. Okay.
So anyway, and nobody out there don't ever mention that.
He was a bad little boy. He got in trouble a lot.
was good. To a certain extent. I remember my mom called the police on me. I had the jokers waiting outside for me. In the morning, I was going to go to school, and she said, "No, not this morning. You don't go with detectives." Yeah, right. Picked up the shade. I cried like I was 2 years old. Mom, I can't go to jail. I can't. Mom, but I can't. She said, if I can't take care of you, I'll let the state do it. I can't go to jail, Mom. I can't. Crazy.
And that's exactly why he doesn't lie in his relationships.
Nothing no more. That day that took all the lies out of me. You understand that? I don't lie about nothing. Good, bad, or indifferent. You can't take it. It is what it is. But I don't lie about nothing no more. Ever. That was crazy.
You know, somebody asked me yesterday, it was a male, and he wanted to know, how does he feel? He's trying to make this relationship. He's trying to build this relationship, and how does he go about it, creating so that she would like him and be in a relationship with him. And isn't that
right there
is like a lie.
Well, yeah, but I just took that a little different than a lie. If that person doesn't like you for who you are, then you shouldn't
That's
be there.
exactly what I told him. And I said, you shouldn't, when you start out in a relationship, you should not have to pretend that you're anything other than what you are.
Right. Like if you got to jump through hoops,
yep,
get on a skateboard or some skates and ride around town and gallivant and do all this other stuff to be impressive, and that's not who you really are.
You're setting your own self up for
failure.
Yeah, you're damaging yourself because you can't keep it up.
That's the worst thing of all, to be in a relationship and not be able to be
yourself.
That's painful. That's painful.
Mm-hmm.
And mentally it's damaging.
Mm-hmm.
Because, after some time, when you do get in a place of being tired, you have a million questions to ask yourself. And all the while, the solution was right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So to speak. So if that's what you're doing, man, you're in a relationship and, you got to
trying to impress.
Yeah, if you got to be somebody that you're not, you don't need to be there. You got to be happy with who you are. You got to be happy with who you are, how you are, and that person has to be happy with who you are and how you are. That's just plain and simple. You got to be. You can't do something for someone else's
pleasure.
Right, but for them to get the glory from it. I mean, where does that leave you in it?
Another thing we talked about, he said, well, I've been having, God's been speaking to me about this person. And what I said to him was this: I never tell anybody, what they talked about with God, or God didn't tell them that, because that's not my place, because who am I to say what your relationship is with God? But what I did say was this: sometimes we can take God's visions and twist them to the way we want them to be. Not all the time what the vision that God gives us is the way we take it. People come into our lives for seasons. Everything is not meant to be permanent. Everything is not short term. It's like you have to distinguish. I know I'm guilty of taking a vision that God has given me and running with it and say, well, because I couldn't see where it was coming from, whether it be money or a car or whatever. It's like, well, God said I'm going to get this car, so it must going to come from this. And so I'm going to shoot way to the left and go this way. He didn't say that, though. He just said I was going to get the car. He didn't say the timing. He didn't say where it was going to come from, what it going to look like. And because I took the little vision that he gave me and shot to the left, when it didn't turn out to the left, it was like disappointing to me. And then he had to come back and say, I didn't tell you to go, that you was going to find it to the left.
Faith without work
Exactly.
is dead.
Exactly.
Faith without works is dead. So if you have faith that you're going to get a car and you talk to the Lord about it, and he said you're going to get a car, you still have to do your part. You might have to go on Carfax and look at some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, baby, is that, you
always have to do your part.
Yeah, you have to do your part, but it might not necessarily be, if he didn't say tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Right. It might not necessarily be in the time that you think it is, or it might, or the car that you thought you was going to get, that might not have been the car he was talking about. Right. So that's what I told the person that I was talking about yesterday. You don't know why God been giving you visions of this woman. Maybe it was that.
It could be to go into business.
Yeah, it's some kind of blessing. Maybe it's to bless you, not necessarily her. And so you have to
through him to bless her.
Yeah, you have to see, you have to wait and see what God really, it might not be for a relationship like you think. So that was what.
Excuse me, y'all. With a situation like that, he has to just sit back and
wait on God
and let it play out the way it's going to play out. Because, if you talk to God about something and you get a confirmation that it's so, once you keep tampering in it, it's like you never asked him in the first place.
Exactly.
And, it's doesn't make sense for you to continue to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
why do you think?
Forgive me, y'all.
Why do you think that
people lie?
People lie in relationships, especially when they supposed to have a trust for your significant other. Well, like, why men? Speaking on the men, why do you think men lie so much about
relationships? Throw nobody under the bus.
No, I'm saying in general, baby.
Well, I lied because I cheated. You know what I'm saying? So I lied.
So why did you cheat, though?
Because it was something in my genes.
You know what?
I mean, no.
I disclosure, I am not a party to that, okay?
The words of Jews are only of that party and not of the Hatchett Chronicles.
Yes, definitely, okay?
Nah, it was just, I really don't have a reason why.
So here's my thing, because that brings me into
something that I wanted to do. And
so if you was man enough to do it, why couldn't you be man enough to be honest about it?
Because I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Which
you had already hurt their feelings once you cheated.
Right. But at that time, I didn't look at it like that. But what happens is, once it happened to me, right, then I understood the demographic of what I did. You know what I'm saying? And from that day, I never cheated again. Never. Never. That's something that just is not in me. I won't do that. I can't do that.
I thought about she didn't have it to you.
No. That's the same thing. I mean, look, it's a bunch of stuff on the internet. You got chicks twerking with fatties and all of that all day, and you know what I mean? Like, you look at stuff like that, but is it gonna take that much of a toll on you that you're gonna use that as a tool to go cheat?
Some men.
I feel sorry for them. That's a weak.
Well,
I'm not gonna say that's a weak man. Let me take that back. Because that's not a correct statement.
Yeah, because what about the men who have stayed in a relationship, did the right thing, and still their wife not putting out and use every excuse not to put out? What about men like that? Okay, so let me just straighten this out right here. I am not condoning cheating, because if the relationship is that bad, if the relationship is that bad, walk away. That's what I say, regardless. There's no reason to stay in a volatile relationship. I'm just asking, I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I'm asking that what about the man that, is staying maybe for the kids' sake or whatever, but he's not happy and he's not getting his needs satisfied. So if he cheats.
That's not, well, to me, basically, with that, I look at that different. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you're there just for your kids and you and your so-called significant other aren't interacting with each other like that, I mean...
So you think it's okay to cheat on that?
I'm not saying it's okay, but I would understand why. I would understand because I've been there. Like, and then too, like a lot of women, and this is a fact. As women, sometimes they use sex as a tool, as an object to hold over someone's head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ain't getting none. That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth. Comes out of their mouths. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you, that's what? Oh, well, you ain't gonna be touching this. You ain't gonna be hitting this. You ain't getting none of this, right? So, okay, so when you say that and then you start to act like that, the minute I touch you, you get an attitude, or if I say something to you, concerning that, you want to get an attitude or you want to start an argument, don't you think down the line somewhere that it's going to be a breaking point and he's going to say, well, you know what? All right, cool. I ain't even beat. You know what I mean? I know a couple chicks around the way I could rock with. You know what I mean? I'll meet somebody else. Like, we ain't doing nothing anyway. Like, you ain't trying to give me none. So, like, is it considered cheating then?
It still is, because you're still breaking the marriage vow. I'm not saying
not
that
if
it's
you're married.
Right. I'm not saying that it's right.
If you're married or
I'm saying
married
that
is different. That's a whole nother ball game.
Well, I think that it's only another ball game because, according to our beliefs, you are supposed to be married. But there's a lot of couples out here who feel like they don't need that piece of paper and they are married.
Well, okay.
And that's a whole nother topic because of the fact that gets into our spiritual belief and everything like that. So let's say we're just talking about marriage couples right now. And in however you feel you're married.
And a married couple, if that's the case in a marriage,
however they feel they're
what
married.
What you need to do is, I'm saying if you are married under, if you married legally.
Well, you can't say that. You just say however they are married, because it's not about the marriage part. Right now, it's about the cheating part and in a relationship. There are people, whether we agree or not, that are in relationships without that piece of paper.
Right.
Committed.
Okay. All right. So
committed relationship.
My thing is this: you're in a committed relationship. If it's not working, you need to sit down and have a conversation about it. That's the first thing you do. Okay. The second thing you do, and this is just suggestion, see if you can get some counseling from somewhere. If that relationship means that much to you, if that relationship is that important to you, then you can seek some counseling or something from somewhere. Seek counseling at your church from your pastor or something like that, to see if there's someone that can look at your situation from the outside and not be so biased and take a side. Because a lot of times you get into situations like that and you'll be out with your man and them and you talking about it and your man's in your ear like, yo, B, like, she ain't giving it up, nigga, you better go somewhere else, nigga. She ain't, that ain't it. You know what I mean? And that may not be what your heart is, but you got 4 or 5 of your dudes telling you that. You know what I'm saying? You just may rock out like that. But then too, like, are they married? Are they in a relationship? Are they single? You got to be careful who you listening to, too. When you do need someone to talk to, you need someone to talk to that's going to give you the utmost and honest truth. This is what you need to do because it's the right thing to do. That's what you need to do. one of those relationships. I mean,
What about the person that you talk to is of the opposite sex and you ended up because you talk, you've seen those movies where, or in reality, where your friend is a female and y'all start talking and she gives good advice and you're not home ain't working out and all of a sudden feelings start to arouse and one thing leads to another. Yeah. And what,
you gotta be careful.
got to be more careful.
So, like I said about that, you gotta be careful because I've been there too. You know, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful.
Well, here's my consensus.
You know something too, though. Like even with that, and this is just my belief, and just my belief and my belief only. And this is not from what I saw; it's from experience. If you're in a situation like that, then apparently what you have at home isn't holding your interest enough to where as though you're not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Apparently, it's not keeping you home where you should be enough to where as though you're not out doing that. Consoling someone else or, you know what I'm saying, someone consoling you, and then y'all get into something and then it becomes an affair or something like that. I mean, if what you have at home is strong enough, it should keep you from those things. And that's just bottom line. That's just the bottom line.
Well, here's my consensus on it. Me personally, I have never been the jealous type. Now, that don't say that that's according to my mate, how my mate walks. I don't have time to be looking through your phone, checking your email, checking where you go, because if I gotta do all that, I don't need you. But on the other hand of that, okay, for instance, with me and my husband, there is only one woman on this earth that I'm jealous of when it comes to him. Kiki, Wyatt, if you're looking, I love your voice, girl, but if you come in within 2 feet of my husband, I will break your legs. You know that, okay?
Don't you know you can go to jail? That's a threat.
No, that's a promise.
I got no bail money right now.
But I love your voice. Utmost respect for you. That is the only woman in the world I'm worried about, okay? Because my husband was honest enough to tell me that is the only woman I have to worry about.
That's a fact.
Oh, no, on a serious note. Just kidding, Kiki. Love you. But here's how I feel about that. If you leave your door unlocked or open, dirt will come in. I'm never been the type of woman that, use sex as a weapon or, I'm mad at you so you can't get this. I'm more spiritual. You do right by me, handle my needs, and I'm gonna look out for you and handle your needs. And that need might not be sexual. With me, it's not. I got a crazy gene, so I need him to be able to deal with my crazy. And my husband does that very well. Thank you.
Someone, please. Oh.
So I feel like that if you're in a relationship and you're not happy, life is too short. You need to reevaluate things. You might have thought at one time this was one for you, but is it really? If you're not happy, it can't possibly be the one for you if only one person is happy, or maybe neither one of y'all is happy. So you need to reevaluate. And if it gets to the point where you feel you need to go step outside, then you need to stay outside, which means you need to separate from that person. What was that old saying? Don't open that one door before you close the other one. That's how I feel about it.
Well, the first thing you need to do is find out where your happiness lies. That's the first thing. You need to find out if that person is capable enough or capable of making you happy. because if not, then that's a recipe for disaster. Because it'll be a pacifier type of happiness. It's cool now because we just got together and it's new. But give it a month or two, I'm gonna want to cut your throat. And you don't want to cut mine. You know what I mean? So was that happiness in the beginning, or was that just a pacifier for the moment?
Maybe that was those people who put up a facade just to get the person, and then when they got the person, they went back to who they really was.
That too.
And that's why you're not supposed to do that.
That's why I'm saying you have to seek and find within yourself what you're going to be happy with. You know what I'm saying? You'll know what you're happy with. Then that way you won't settle for something. You'll be able to see through, whatever it is that person is trying to bring to the table, whatever. Because you already know what you want. You already know what you're looking for.
Don't you think it's important to be friends first? I think that is so important to be friends first.
That's the best. Those make for the best relationships, because if you're friends first and you have a genuine friendship that is solid, when you become mates, the bond just gets to be stronger. And it's even more of a friendship, because now you've gone from a friendship to a deep intimacy for that person, and not being not intimacy as far as
deep. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had a crazy moment. Sorry.
Somebody help me.
Okay. Excuse us today. We're in that mood today.
Please.
Woo. Okay. Okay, we're gonna be serious. This is a serious conversation. We need serious people. No, seriously, you make a lot of sense. It is important to be friends first. A lot of people don't know this, but my husband and I knew each other 5 years before. Our marriage was fast, so it looked like, we just met each other and got married. But we were friends for 5 years before we even
5 good years
before we even talked about and before we even knew that we liked each other. So
we've been good friends for a very long time.
Yeah, so
that's important. That is important, because what's crazy? Sometimes in a relationship, or when it's leading into a relationship, or sometimes you could be in a relationship and feel like it's more comfortable to talk to someone else that's closer to you, or that's close to you, than talking to your mate.
That's a good point, baby. I think people, when you become mates, I think you lose the dynamics of certain things, and you're afraid to go because now it's on a different level. It's your mate. Yeah, it's your mate now, right. And you feel like I can't talk to them like buddy. Like I was in a relationship one time, and we used to talk about our past and our past relationships, and when we really got close, all of a sudden he didn't want. I don't want to hear about your past relationships anymore. It started. So I think some people, once you become on a level with them, they can't handle. They lose that dynamic of the friendship. I think.
First of all, I'm gonna just say this, and I stand on this. If you're getting into a relationship and you're talking to your woman or you're talking to your man, and they're talking to you about their past or a past relationship, there's no need to get an attitude about that because there's nothing you can do about what happened before you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I so
why would you get an attitude with what happened before you? Okay, that happened. That was before me. This is my time now. So now it's time to make beautiful memories. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the many things I love my husband for, is because we both are in the entertainment business. The entertainment business is a man's world. That's just how it is. And so I find myself talking to a lot of men. I don't get that. I don't have that uncomfortability of going back with a man. You're always in some man's face. I don't have that with my husband. My husband is very secure in himself and don't have a problem. And both of us, really, we can talk to our exes. We can talk to whoever. We don't have a problem with each other when it comes to that. And that's such a comfortable place to be in a relationship.
It really is. I can't do nothing about what happened before me. There's nothing I can do about that. And why would I give myself an added, you know what I'm saying, an added stress?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why would I put something else on my plate that I know doesn't belong there? It doesn't belong on your plate, period.
And having the security of knowing that, this is my husband now. Yeah.
That was what you did then. You here now. This is our thing now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, he missed out. If it was like that, then he should have did what he had to do to keep it. I gotta take this call, y'all. This is very important right now. Forgive me. It's about my project.
One day we're gonna bring Trig into the studio to interview. Trig the Gambler is
Hatchett Chronicles.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of y'all know who Trig the Gambler, Smooth the Hustler is. Their names was big during the '90s hip hop crew, and that is a project that my husband is working on with Self-Destruction Part 2. And I have said that we will have an interview with him, bring him in, and so that you can see what my husband does and what he works on in his studio. And we also are going to have times where you will be seeing what I am doing, what I work on, because my husband is easy to say he's a producer. You have seen sometimes we have the little shots of him in the studio, and I say I work in the entertainment business too, but you never see what exactly I do. So we will be having special editions of Hatchett Chronicles where you will see both of us at work. And we will bring Trig in and some of the people that we work with to even some artists and do interviews. That's in the future. Once we get on an even kill. Right now, there's so much going on. That's why we need some help and we're hiring. But we will get to that point where we will bring y'all in
into the fold so you can see what's going on.
Some other things. So you were saying before we were rudely interrupted.
I didn't know that. That was a very important phone call. That was very. That was actually about a big interview we had last night. I'm really not leaking some of the information out right now, but it went well. It went excellent. The interview was amazing.
So you were saying that we're secure in our relationship.
Enough to, I don't care if she talked to her ex, she sat on the phone with this dude for an hour and some change. Just, as long as he don't disrespect me or disrespect her, y'all can chop it up until the sun fall out the sky. Because I'm good. He can never, ever, 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 ever.
Ever, ever?
Ever, ever, ever.
Ever, ever, ever.
Give her what I give her. Never.
Amen. I'm just saying, baby. I would just say, listen, I can't help it if I brag about what I got. It's good, it's good.
It's just, I'm not even on that type of time right now. I'm just saying, when you know that you secure in your space, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about.
Geechee.
Just Geechee Dan.
Hey.
And just be secure in what you're doing, man.
Call us.
And take care of your own, and everything will be cool.
Amen.
You'll be all right.
Amen.
You know, and don't take on extra added stress when you don't have to. You know, I mean, like, it's crazy because, like, I could talk to my kid's mom. Like, we have a great relationship. My wife has no problem with me being on the phone with her or something like that.
Well, you know, that's twofold. Because one, yes, that's his ex, but that's his kid's mother.
Right.
And I'm sorry, ladies, but if you got a problem with your man talking to his children's mother, you need to check yourself, because that's something you ain't even supposed to be in. That ain't even none of your business, to be honest. Now, that's the way I feel about it, okay? You know, and I know that there are some iffy relationships out there where he might be stepping, but then again, check your relationship and yourself, because if he's stepping, then you shouldn't be with him in the first place. So, but I mean, that's his children's mother. I have no right to feel any kind of way about that. So, no, I don't.
That's what I'm saying, as far as there's nothing you can do about what happened before you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul, your children's father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had you been on the phone, there's nothing I could do about it. And I wouldn't dare put that type of negative energy in the air while you talk to him. Like, who am I to do? That's disrespectful. Because those are your children. Whether I'm here or not, they're gonna always be. You're gonna always be their mother. Mm-hmm. They're gonna always be your children. Like, my kids are gonna always be my. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. So why would I dare? Why would I dare put negative energy on that when that's just disrespectful. So with that, with saying that, what do I think of you? If that's, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Bro, what's the deal with you, fat?
Jake, the gambler in the house.
If I did that, then why would, you know, where's my level of respect for you at?
Exactly.
Or where's your level of respect for me when it comes to that? You know, if you have a problem with it, the only thing you can do is just prayerfully talk amongst yourselves and listen to him, and she listens, you know, listen to him and you listen to her, and y'all can work that out. Because when it comes to children, there's nothing, ain't nothing nobody can tell me.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing nobody can tell me.
And that's also
a
characteristic. That shows his character for his children. And women, that's so important, because we have been brainwashed into believing this hype about the black man not being there for his kids, and the black man don't do this for his kids. But yet and still, when we find the black man that are there and in the trenches and taking care of his kids, then we got a problem, because they're communicating with the mother, or because they want to go and give time with their kids. You can't have it both ways. And you really need to evaluate yourself and evaluate what you really want. Do you want somebody who's going to stand strong behind his kids and try to have just because you break up in a relationship, if you got kids, don't mean you got to be mad at each other.
That's right. It's better to get along.
Exactly.
Because then the children don't take on that added stress and added tension, because lo and behold, whether you know it or not, whether you're in the house or out of the house, each time you go through tension, your kids feel it.
Exactly.
Each time, whether they living with mom, or they living with dad, or they living with mom and dad, they are the brunt of what your tension is. They are the brunt of what your argument is. They are the brunt of what your downfall is. They receive all of that. Whether you understand that or not, whether you look at it like that or not, that's exactly what it is. They are a product of the environment that they're brought up in that circumstance. So with that being said, it's easier to just get along. It's easier to just to live and do things the right way.
And I think
it's
that
better
also
to just have the positive energy.
That also causes people to lie. If a person got to, like, say for instance, a man got to lie about where he going just so he could go see his kids because he know you gonna feel some kind of way because you said you're going over there to your child's mother's house to see your kids. So I think those
Why you gotta go over there? Why can't they come over here?
Exactly. You know, why
I'm going to see my kids.
Why would you put them in that predicament? You know, I think also with lying, people lie because there is a problem with trust. There is a problem with trust and understanding. Like, for instance, my husband is a producer. He stays in the studio 24/7, just about. And there has been times when he will have female artists in the studio. The door, I'll walk them in, shut the door, I'm out. You don't see me running back and forth in the studio. First of all, you know, that's my husband's thing. And personally, I don't like to be in here when he's doing his thing because that's his thing. Plus, I'm doing my own thing. But I have no problem with, you know, some women might have a problem with a man in the studio with a female and she running back and forth to see. I don't have time for that. Okay, first of all, I'm doing my own thing. I just don't have the time. Sometimes I huff and puff when he calls me, okay, because I'm doing my thing, okay. But it's like, it's a matter of trust. I trust my husband. I know who my husband is, and I knew who he was when we first got married because he told me who he was.
That's the key. That's the key thing in that whole relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
In the beginning, you need to ask questions, answer questions.
Sylvia!
Hey, sis, what's happening? I love you too. You need to ask questions, figure out things, talk about what's going on, you know, and no question is off limits.
Exactly.
In the beginning, you got to find out what you need to find. And it's okay to ask questions because you want what you want. You want what you want. And it's okay to want what you want out of a relationship. It's okay. You know, just because, you know, quote unquote, she got a fatty or, you know what I'm saying, her breasts sit up high and, you know, she got this real sexy walk and you know what I mean? You want to, that's cool. But if that's the only thing to it, then what is your relationship going to be based on? Every time y'all get together, it's just going to the bedroom. But you can't sit for 5 minutes and have just a general conversation with her because y'all don't have nothing else in common but sex. Right?
Amen.
And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If the dude is dark chocolate and he got all the muscles and all that, you know, whatever y'all looking for, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that you're getting out of it. That's the only thing that's going to be.
That's true.
That's the only thing that's going to be. So with that being said, in the beginning, you need to find out from yourself first.
What you want.
What you want.
Yep.
That's the first thing.
Can't nobody read your mind.
You need to find out what you want first of all. And then.
Communication. That's right, Trey.
That's right, bro. If you don't communicate, you'll never know you'll never know what you can have. You'll never know what's going on. You'll never know what's to come or any of those things. Communication is the key.
God bless you too, Sylvia.
You know, what'd she say? Sis, you know. LOL. Only God knows. You know what?
She said, no teeth, nigga.
Well, at least he won't bite you.
I get with you, people. Ooh, that was good. Thanks for the laugh. I needed that.
But you have to find out what you want before you go into this whole relationship thing, man. And questions are very important to ask. They're very, very important to ask because you don't want to ask.
Is that Barnes?
Who?
That's Barnes. Richard.
Yo, Barnes, what's up, man?
You better call us.
You learned the hard way. I can dig it,
but we know,
bro,
but you need to call us,
man. Where you been at, man?
Barnes is one of our disappearing artists, but we still got his back.
Yeah,
so
that's my
please
man.
Call us.
We still got you, bro. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. You need to hit the phone line, man. We got some things going on. So, Sylvia, you know what? I can't.
I love you, Joe. We love you.
I can't do it.
I definitely agree with you were saying, baby. It is a matter of trust and understanding. And I think that it's very important, like Trig said, communication, because you gotta have that communication. You can't be afraid of what's gonna happen, if you say it, or because if you're on that level, or I can't tell my mate this because he might get mad or he might leave me, then your relationship ain't stable in the first place.
It's just as stable as a piece of paper in the wind.
Exactly.
And that ain't gonna do nothing but keep flapping around.
Exactly.
So you don't need that.
Exactly.
You need to be, if you're gonna have a stable relationship, you have to have communication, you have to have trust, and you have to be on the same accord.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, it makes for a disaster. Point blank, period. And the hour is up, you guys.
Then go into it. We know, Bart, but call. Yeah. Call GL. Call me.
Give me a shout out, bro, man. I know you've been going through it, but I'm here. Pick up the phone when you're ready, bro. I'm here. Number's still the same, bro. Number's still the same. So,
So Enrico, don't lie. Stop lying.
Yeah, that was the topic for today.
We don't need to lie to our mate. And if you feel like you need to lie to your mate, maybe you need to rethink if that should be your mate.
And you need to rethink if that's where you need to be. So for today's topic, we thank you guys for checking up on Hatchett Chronicles today.
Just a reminder, look out for Self-Destruction Part 2, SMK, 5 King Productions, Royalty Records, SMG, sorry. 5 King Productions, Royalty Records, Untapped Talent Recordings, to Miss Capri, Hard Love, Fleet,
Cold Chain. We got so much stuff going on.
He's out.
Trigger the Gambler.
Trigger the Gambler.
We got we just dropped 2 joints. He had a great interview last night. We put out a song called Blessings, and it's about the times that are going on right now. So
look out for it.
Look out for that.
Sabrina Johnston, Lay Me Down is out. Like I said, Fleet is out. Miss Capri will be out February 19th. Look out for venues we're having sold. Anybody in the Richmond area, Soul Sundays, and other events. My sister's book is coming out, part 2 of the book club. My book is coming out, The Power of God, soon. Just, we thank you for all your support. Keep on looking out, and looking out, because we got a lot of things coming down the pike. If you're interested in an intern position and you're in the Richmond area, you live in the Richmond area, hit us up at untappedtalentrecordings@gmail.com. And
if there's any questions, any topics, anything things that you want to hit us up on, and we come on and talk about, join in the discussion, feel free to hit us up at Hatchett Chronicles, drop a message, and we'll definitely tune in, and we'll definitely let everyone know that this is your topic and something you wanted to talk about when we go on to check it out. So
we love you too.
Love you too, bro.
Yeah, and thanks for support. And we're trying. Listen, I am trying to keep the Hatchet Chronicles alive with all the things we got going on. You see, I dragged my sleepy, tired husband. Said we got to do this because I love you guys,
and we love y'all, man. And we thank y'all for tuning in, and we appreciate the support. And as long as God gives us a breath, we're gonna keep coming at y'all, man, and keep giving y'all the good content. So if there's some, if you got some topics you want to talk on or touch on, just drop us a line so we can, get to those topics. And, if it's just anything you want to talk about, anything, if there's something that we need to talk about in private that you may need some help with, call us up. Hit us on Hatchet Chronicles, and we always checking, the page for everything. So, if there's something that is bothering someone and they need some help or need a conversation or whatever, don't be afraid to reach out, because we're here to help and try to, do the best that we possibly can through the grace of God, give you the best possible information that we can. So thank you guys again for tuning in, checking in. We love y'all. It's the Hatchet Chronicles. This is GL, and I'm
C. And we out. What am I gonna do, y'all? He's talking about I'm crazy. Help me, y'all. Help me. Help me.
I had to take it down real quick. That was my power nap. Deuces, y'all. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed Sunday, man. Later.